What do you think of Canelo and Munguia, Bernard? What chance?
I think that's a fight where the now lion versus the lion that's I would say the future of the Mexican boxing or the Mexican history. And look, Canelo was young when he went up to fight Floyd. This is not nothing new in boxing, especially. The question will be if Munguia is ready for the test.
Right.
And we will see. What is his chances? His chances just as good as anybody else's chances that went up against Canelo that didn't get knocked out or didn't get beat bad. But this is now. Canelo has been on the throne for many, many years. To me, it doesn't seem like he's ready to leave. He haven't shown me anything that he's ready to leave, even with the loss. He got out-pointed, he got out-thought, and he got out-hustled. If Munguia do half of those things, he got a great shot of being the Mexican face of boxing.
Well, you said out-hustled. Canelo, he dominated Charlo, but he only threw about 25 punches around, 30 punches around.
So Charlo threw half of that.
Right.
You gotta understand. Well, half of that, half of what Canelo threw.
Right.
So that means that numbers count, and they do add up. As long as you know as long as your adding is up to par. If your adding is up to par, then you add the numbers correctly. And if it's not, then it won't be. But yeah.
Is that like the key for Munguia though? That he's
the key for Munguia is to understand that he's the younger fighter. He's the most fresher fighter. And every talent that he has, he must execute them for the 12 or less rounds that he had been in that ring. Because Canelo know all the tricks, Canelo know all the moves. He's a veteran. Canelo earned that. He earned that by fighting great fighters leading up to where he's at now. But is the lion of yesterday, but still sits in the chair today, is ready to be taken by the lion, the young lion, now. So we're dealing with that. And as we get close, it's going to get pretty interesting, and more questions is going to be asked, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
You were one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. Is Munguia's defense good enough to beat Canelo?
It will have to be.
Right, but
it will have to be.
From what you've seen, does that have to take a step up for this fight?
No, I just think the way that Munguia fought other fighters, he cannot fight. He cannot approach Canelo that way. I'll say he first take a look at fights that Canelo struggled with. Even in victory, he got to look at those fights where Canelo struggled with and learn from those lessons. There's a blueprint out there for anyone to get beaten. It just take the right fighter, athlete, to be able to make that own key and be the master of that lock to open it.
Let me ask you this, Bernard.
Let's see if Munguia has that opportunity. He got the opportunity. Let's see if he have that IQ and patience to be able to go ahead and pick that lock, like some have. Not too many. Some have.
What do you see as the keys to picking the lock with Canelo? Do you not want to share that, or is it the jab in particular, or what?
Got to be smart. Not emotional. Smart.
And lastly, Bernard, we've got Oscar here. I asked him the same thing. At 154, back when you were promoting Canelo around the Cotto fight, and when you were sizing up Oscar when he was still at 54 against Vargas, who do you think would have won that fight? Oscar or Canelo? It's a good one.
Oscar by decision. He'd outboxed him. He'd jabbed him. See, if you look at me and Oscar fight, Oscar, I knew I was losing that fight. And my training told me, you got to close the gap. I got to be like the big guy. I got to be like, because I was bigger.
Right.
As far as, been at middleweight, this about 80% of my career. I had to go ahead and actually force my will on Oscar and get close to Oscar. But leading up to that, I think it was the 10th, 11th round, he was winning and I was getting outpointed. I would hit Oscar with 1 or 2 punches. He'd hit me with 3 or 4 or 5. They didn't hurt me, but they were still adding up. And I had to literally go and actually make him fight with me, like Canelo would try to do. Or my plan
But
is
he's not
Canelo.
6'1", so.
But yes, true, true.
Right.
But that same type of concept is that a bigger guy will love for a smaller guy that's coming up to get into a shootout with him. Because the big guy can get hit many times by the little guy, but the little guy can't get hit that many times by what? The big guy.
Cool. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bernard. Thanks, brother.